All right, guys. Hey, sorry that we lost you there for a minute. It does look like our soundboard is doing better now. I am going to go check the live stream of it really quick. Uh, Boom. Hey, sorry that we lost you there for a minute. It does look like our soundboard is doing better now. All right, we got it running down. Sorry, guys, this is the first time we've come up with any kind of technical problem like that. I still don't know exactly what it was, but anyway, we're back on now. Dang, that was a little bit of anxiety from that.
A little curveball.
Yeah, well, I mean, we handled it right and we figured it out rather quickly. We weren't really off the air that long. I was hoping there was a way we could pause the stream, but that wouldn't make no sense, would it? um, so, but we're back. Um, it's gonna be just me for a minute. So Shawn Michaels, we were talking about him just a minute ago. I don't know that there's anything funnier than Shawn Michaels overselling that whole match with Hogan.
Oh no. I
that
think Shawn Michaels late '90s to like until or till about like the mid 2000s, he was just at his comedic best.
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. That was just gold to me.
Well, that match was pretty much the nicest way that Shawn could have went on a PG program and give two middle fingers to Hulk Hogan, because the
Right.
story of that match was the whole like end of this match got changed because Hogan didn't want to go down to Shawn. So Shawn's like, okay, you want me to lose instead? I'm overselling everything.
It wasn't. Yeah, that's the story is that it's supposed to be like a three match series. Uh, I think Hogan was supposed to win the first one. Shawn was supposed to win the second one, and then Hogan might have gone over in the last one. I can't remember. But
Shawn
Shawn,
was supposed to go in the third one.
right? But Shawn was supposed to get a win at least, and so I think I don't remember, but not too long before the show, Hogan said, "No, I'm only doing the one match and I'm going over." And Shawn Michaels just was like, "Okay, yeah, well, here we go. I'm gonna show you everybody just how brutal you think that you really are." And just, I mean,
And
that
you
was
can tell
crazy.
Hogan was mad because
Yeah,
he
you
threw
could
his
tell.
band. The way he threw his bandana at Shawn when he rolled out of the ring was pure anger too,
Yeah,
and he deserved it. Hogan's trash.
mm, I don't, I don't know. As much as I don't have to like the guy on a personal level, like everything he did for the business was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, but now the stories are all coming out from everyone else that worked with him, and it was always all about him. He was like there were times he was forced to put people over because they refused to keep having him go over everybody. Like Hogan played politics. Like
Oh, well, I mean, that's not a secret either, but I mean, back in the day, that's just kind of how they did business to protect their own characters and stuff. But
don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take away anything Hogan did for the business because as much as I wasn't his biggest fan, if it wasn't for him, wrestling wouldn't have made it to the next or the new generation and then to the Attitude Era. Wrestling would have died in the 80s because wrestling was floundering until like the late 70s when guys like Hulk Hogan and Gorgeous George and Freddie Blassie were coming out.
right.
But Hogan was the frontier to that movement. So I respect that.
In regardless of what you think about him as like for the wrestling industry as a whole, but just WWE as an entity wouldn't really be where they are without having Hogan first.
And then Hogan going to WCW, creating that rivalry between WCW and WWF/E,
Thank you.
helped make wrestling a whole lot better too. So Hogan pretty much elevated Vince McMahon's company, then went to Ted Turner and elevated his company. So like I appreciate that he's done that for the business. Personal wise is a different story, but when it comes to the business of pro wrestling, yeah, Hogan is like one of the most influential guys, hands down.
Yeah. I think, a lot of the industry was built on his back. And I mean, and like I said, that doesn't mean I have to think he's a good person, because I don't necessarily do, but he he did a lot for the business.
And
So
who's that now?
Hulk Hogan.
Okay. I didn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, Hogan, because we were talking about the funny Shawn Michaels stuff and the match with him and Hogan. So who we were talking about Charlotte and Tiffany last, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how much people heard before that. I mean, it was only like the last 3 minutes of the video that were really cut like that.
All right. Well, what's left to talk about then? John Cena.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte and John Cena. Because that was the last thing we were talking about. What happened?
The IC title match we haven't discussed either yet.
What's the IC title match? Braun and who?
Well, so far, the rumor I'm hearing is it's not supposed to be the winner of whoever the number one contender is from SmackDown that was supposed to be tonight. But I'm hearing rumors it's supposed to be the ladder match for pretty much the entire bloodline, like Solo, Jacob Fatu. Braun Strowman's supposed to be involved in that too. So it's like new bloodline and Braun Strowman with Braun Breaker in a ladder match at WrestleMania is what the rumor is.
So like everybody for themselves in the ladder match, right?
Like just a massive ladder match.
Okay.
I think it's just Solo and Jacob from the new bloodline, and then Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman. So it'll be like a 4-man ladder match.
It would make sense to have Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Ludwig. Who else? Who else did you just mention?
Well, the ones that I was hearing was Solo, Jacob. Well, Solo and Jacob have been going back and forth, and with Jacob Fatu having his match with Braun Breaker tonight, something might happen in that match, and Solo gets himself involved somehow.
Yeah. Well, I could see like Braun, Finn, Ludwig, Penta, because they're all kind of in the IC title picture.
I think Penta should be involved in that because Penta and the ladder is going to be gold.
This little dog will not leave me alone, so I'm going to put her back here. There she goes.
She's being silly. But I haven't really heard any definitive anything about the IC match.
Like I said, all I've been hearing is rumors so far, but they've been talking about like Braun going against whoever wins that number one contenders. It'll probably be a SmackDown match if they don't make it. If they make it a ladder match, then it'll be a WrestleMania match. But if they don't, I see it being the SmackDown before WrestleMania.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know, because Braun Breaker could go in a lot of ways. It seems a lot of people. I think if it's gonna have to be a singles run, now that you've made Penta last week make it known that he wants to go after the IC title, and then Finn Balor just lost. Ludwig Kaiser's the only other one that I can see kind of running contention for it. So, I mean, Penta and Braun, maybe.
That match could be fun.
right? Has Fatu? Yeah, Fatu has shown interest in the IC title. You're right, right? Or
Yeah, he's
Solo
in that
came out and
tournament.
said that Fatu should be in the match. Yeah. Oh, and Jimmy Uso, right? Jimmy Uso, or is that the U.S. title?
Yeah, no, it was the U.S. title for Jimmy.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how. I don't know how you guys remember all of these details. You remember all of the the whole match. You remember what happens, what doesn't happen, who wins, who doesn't win, who did this and that, blah blah blah. Like I remember the plot. I watch it for the plot.
Because
So I have no idea.
The important parts.
What's that?
Yeah, the important parts.
We remember all the important parts.
No, I remember the important parts. You guys remember all the technical, all the details. It's amazing. I can't do it.
Parts. The technical parts are the important parts. Yeah, Mark.
Well, I am. He always tells me, he's like, you're supposed to feel that way. I'm like, no.
Like
blah,
you're such a mark.
He does. He calls me that all the time. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Good job, little brother.
Yeah. Jeepers.
Yeah, I know. I'm green still, so
it's all right. I mean, things are moving. WrestleMania is right around the corner, so as long as we got a little bit of time left, if anybody who's watching this or will be watching this, we're sorry that we had to split it in two. Hopefully, when we run it back, because my software also records when I do these live videos, so I might be able to splice them together in there somewhere.
I'm sure you can.
And just make one video off of it that will get posted to the videos page, because the live streams are on it a completely different. You got to go to a completely different tab to get the live streams. They're not just posted on the main part of your channel.
Oh, no kidding? I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, look. I mean, I think
you don't have to show me right now, darling.
Whatever. Oh no. All right.
So we're down to the last subject, the last topic.
Is it? Are we?
Yeah. We are because we talked about everything else.
All right. So, what has really been taking over the wrestling landscape is at Elimination Chamber. Yeah, I don't like how when we're on Skype, everything is reversed.
Well,
Well, I'm first right now too.
Yeah, but because the live stream is based off of our screen capture, since I'm reversed on my screen, I may not be reversed on your screen, but I'll be reversed on the YouTube video.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I think so. So it's Cena.
Right, it's gonna look exactly like it does on
Baby doll.
On that photo.
That's okay. You can still read it. Most
people
can
it's
read
fine.
backwards.
So John Cena's devious heel turn on Cody Rhodes, man. This shook the internet. I mean, everything. It was all in all the newspapers and all the magazines, all
day on
all
every
of the websites had write-ups, and it stayed there for a good week.
It's still
8, 9 days.
It's still there.
No, it started. Yeah. No, it's there now, but it kind of started to die out until he came out this past Monday and did the promo where he broke up with all of us.
Right.
Including
that one kid in the front row.
Heartbroken.
That's what I was just going to bring up too, because if you watch the video, we posted it. I guess they were ready for him to get called out, because you hear him go, "I love you, John Cena."
Yeah, I see that.
30 seconds before John Cena's like, "And that kid's toxic."
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, the kid might have just yelled it organically, and because he yelled it, that's what John Cena said. He just worked it in. No, he's good like that, though. He can work on the fly.
I've seen it.
Oh man, that's funny though.
Poor kid. Scarred
Poor
forever.
fat.
Hey.
You show her that
He's cute.
that thing that you sent me with the F them kids and
Oh, my
You can
cover
keep
photo
your
with
guy
the
stuff to
kids.
yourselves.
no, not like that.
I don't know like what you're talking about, and I don't even care.
It's John Cena holding one of the towels, but the towel says "F them kids."
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, you went really in that dark place.
I don't know which dark place it was. It could be a few of them. Mean ass.
Did you had AI make that?
Wait, you made
Well,
that?
no, that's on Facebook.
That was already on Facebook?
Oh,
That was on one of the wrestling page. I just saved it so I never lost it.
it's cool. It's nicely done.
I still have to save it.
All right, other than everybody's feelings getting hurt, the little kid's heart's breaking.
And us getting nothing. Because Cena let us know that we're getting nothing.
And he definitely gave us nothing. He didn't give us anything new except that he had a bad attitude. Instead of saying,
Yo,
never give up, he said, fuck them kids.
Just give up. Just give up.
did you see my news video from yesterday?
I didn't get through all of it, no.
Man, did you? Well, I talked about John Cena pretty early on, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
You know, elevated a lot, so you're asking a tall task for me to remember things.
Right. All right. So there was this weird Yahoo Sports writer who he was like his headline stood out because it said John Cena's promo leaves more questions than it does give answers or something like that.
Okay, I kind of remember it.
And I was like, what the hell? But Tommy Dreamer, or not Tommy Dreamer, yeah, Tommy Dreamer was like, yo, this was amazing. It told us everything we needed to know. He called it like John Cena's Hard Times promo and stuff. I forgot the original point I was trying to get at here. But, oh man, what was the point?
Well,
Cena's promo?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
You lost it.
after the promo, after his promo on Monday, like all the news picked back up again.
yeah. Okay, so what's your question then?
I mean, there is no question about that, but that's
Oh.
like it did die out, but then after the promo this week, but I think it was, I mean, the promo this week was amazing. There's
We know that you know
Well,
that, dear. That you think that.
Dreamer had a very good point too, because I did hear his interview when he said that what made the promo great when he said you get nothing, and he still came out
that
with
was
his
it.
commemorative shirts,
Right.
his little towels,
He literally
same
did
theme song.
nothing different.
Exactly. He pretty
Right.
much is flat out saying,
That was
you guys want the new theme song. You guys want the darker gear. I'm not giving you what you want.
But he did
You're
make
getting
it just a little bit darker.
I mean, it's still
He did make it just a little bit darker.
You know what he needs to do? Here's what I think. You know how before when Cena was Mr. Goody Two Shoes, he would always acknowledge Stu, the cameraman? He needs to literally, as he walks out, look at Stu and just give him the bird.
Yeah, that's a good.
If like, hey, Stu, go after yourself. Give him an F5, something. Because he always is like buddy buddy with Stu. Kick Stu in the nards.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Kick him.
Or drop kick his ass. I don't know.
Oh,
What's
Jesus.
What's Cena's move?
The F5, that's what he said earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so let him do that. F5.
Nards. He's been doing that one. He did that one recently.
All right. So,
Who's gonna take it? Is it gonna be Cena or Cody?
well, okay, I mentioned this that they do, but I wanted to dig into some other parts. earlier, I know I told you that it's important to get involved on X because there's so much release there on X. From stuff where Rhea Ripley and Bianca were going back and forth, continuing their story.
Well, I've been hopping on X randomly, and I got the one for me going now too. But I would go on X just because the wrestling stuff would actually pop off there. I'd see it there before hear the dirt sheets talk about it.
Well, X seems to be like the official social media of wrestling. I mean, whether you're in AEW or WWE, it's not like anybody shows anything that they post on Facebook. It seems like they all
Well,
have
so
X
is
and Instagram.
Yeah.
because Punk goes on Instagram and so does Drew.
Right.
They both went on Instagram Live during Raw before.
But anyway, so after Raw, where Cena went through that whole promo, he posted a photo. He actually posted it to Instagram. The Ross and Rachel promo from Friends, or the picture. And it was from the episode where Ross and Rachel were fighting on whether or not they had taken a break from the relationship.
They were on a break
when Ross slept with somebody else.
They were on a break.
And because of all this, they end up breaking up. But of course, as you know, Ross and Rachel get together before somewhere down the series and stay together throughout the finale.
So apparently that's an Easter egg because Cena posted that himself.
So if you could see the poetry in that, is that he just broke up with the entire WWE universe. So maybe there's going to be a way for him to win us back, and then he'll go out as that guy. You know what I mean?
I still think he wins the title as a heel. I think it's after he wins it as a heel is when he has his coming to Jesus moment where he's like, wow, I turned my back on everyone type of thing, where he starts trying to redeem himself after he wins the belt.
Maybe that's what he does, is he just uses The Rock and like that.
That's what you were saying yesterday, yeah.
Just to get the belt, and then as soon as he gets the belt, he turns on The Rock.
Wasn't like I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna Easter egg is it Devil's Advocate, where the guy sells himself to the devil and then realizes when he gets what he wants that that's not what he wanted in life, so he tries to do right again. I can see them doing that. Because there is a confirmation that the Monday Night Raw and the SmackDown after WrestleMania, those two, John Cena is confirmed. So
yeah,
if Cena's not winning the, why is he going to be on both shows?
Right.
So I think
we went into that. That was part of the news video too. And I mean, that's exactly what I said. I said if he's confirmed for these two, what? If he's not going to have the title, why would he be confirmed there?
You don't know. WWE is doing so many different things than they used to do, you guys. You don't even know. There's no way for you to predict it. Even though you guys are like 98% right most of the time, like, you don't know what's actually going to happen. They could do anything.
Oh, are we falling down the old Vin Man trail? We're going to just cry and go, we don't know what's going on because we can't beat the reigning champ. It's okay. It's okay.
I have no idea what that means. Okay.
Play a little violin for you here.
Because don't forget, I'm the mark, right? So I have to believe that anything is possible.
You want to know?
Cena doesn't win. I think they wasted the whole heel turn. It's like, why have him turn heel to lose?
Right, it makes sense.
Well, I mean, maybe that's it. He sees that the heel turn doesn't necessarily guarantee his win, so that's when he decides to screw all this and go back to, because he realized what a mistake he made, because it didn't even help him. And so,
do you think Stone Cold comes out? Because Stone Cold said on a podcast that if Cody needs his help, he lives in Reno, so Vegas isn't that far, and he's confirmed for a signing in Las Vegas the night of WrestleMania. So Does he show up at WrestleMania and
He
help
has
Cody out?
to. If that
Get,
is true,
get
if all that's
Rock
true.
there.
I mean, it'd
Maybe
be a
we
big
can get
pop.
Rock and Stone Cold one last time, part 50, and have Limp Bizkit play My Way again for him.
Yo! Yes.
They
I
were
just saw that. I saw that like 2 or 3 days ago. It came up on my reels. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Hell yeah. I didn't know
There was
that.
a guy photo. There was a guy that was at a Limp Bizkit concert and was playing the promo video on his phone as they were playing My Way on stage. I thought that was the best video. I have to find it and send it to you
Hell
later.
yeah, I want to see.
nah.
That's cool as shit.
But I would love for Stone Cold to come out, but if Stone Cold comes out, that means Cody's winning. Because why would Stone Cold, unless Stone Cold's another member of The Rock's little function? Because remember, he started doing this when he did the throat cut. He did a 2, so it's like he's counting down. There's got to be another member somewhere, and it's not Travis Scott.
Well, I mean, if you think of it like that, Cody's only one. Or, I'm sorry, Cena is only one.
Yeah, because when Roman Cody teamed up, Rock came out and did the 3, which that was the Cena reference because Cena does this a lot.
Right.
But then when he did the cut, he did 2. So it's like he's counting down 3, 2. What is he going to do for 1? So it's like, who's going to be the other member? Because there's got to be another member.
And
At least 2 other members, right?
I would say one more, Rock being the ringleader.
Oh, maybe.
So, and you're saying it's going to be Stone Cold.
I mean, that would be.
Drew's got to be there too, though, because I mean, I think it was you that told me about reminded me of that video of Drew and The Rock talking where The Rock was pretty much telling them, "I got you." So it's like that's got to lead to something. Because why would WWE post that too?
Yeah, but there's like a lot of weird stuff. Like John Cena didn't even mention The Rock in that whole promo on Monday. So
nope.
He surely did
and
not.
Brian Alvarez and what Dave Meltzer were talking about it on Wrestling Observer and said there's something going on. There's more to it than meets the eye. There's something going on. And Dave Meltzer didn't know what his source was telling him. And he's like, there's something else going on. That's all I can say. But it's what you think it is. And Dave Meltzer was like, but I didn't think it was anything. So I really have no idea what they're talking about. And so I guess Brian Alvarez asked if The Rock was getting dropped again. And Meltzer replied with, no, I'm sure he's not getting dropped. I'm sure he's still in it somehow, but something is up. And if this got leaked, that everybody in the WWE would just deny it and say, no, that's not true.
Yeah, they're not. I've also heard too that a lot of brass in WWE are not Meltzer's biggest fan. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're giving Meltzer like complete bogus news just to get them off their tail for a little bit.
Oh.
Because
Right.
Triple H has called out guys like Meltzer and what's his name, Sean
Ross Sapp. Yeah.
He's called them out on the pressers before, talking about like the internet dirt sheet marks. He even called them dirt sheet marks.
Yeah.
And he was talking about guys like Meltzer. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had some guy telling Meltzer complete bogus BS just to throw everyone off the trail.
Well, I think that's probably what happened with Drew, and everybody's saying that Drew was supposed to be the one to side with The Rock because that little interaction they had and blah 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 blah. That was probably just something that was put out there to distract us from it being Cena. But really, who would expected Cena anyway? You know.
I wouldn't have. I would have thrown that out as like one of those wild cards that I would never believe would happen.
See, they do things that you don't know that they're gonna do.
Yeah, because it's just there's always been talk about it, and he's sometimes made like appearances as the Doctor of Thugonomics Cena, which was a pretty heel character in the very beginning. I mean,
I know you showed me.
Um,
You know what though? Casey is right. WWE does stuff that really throws me off that I don't see coming. It only takes them 20, 30 years in between. Because was the last time that something threw me off guard.
what the
I
Hogan
was also
turn?
like yeah, when Hogan turned, that threw me off. But I was also a kid.
Right.
So what was your answer?
I
Because
didn't
I
know.
didn't hear it.
What?
No, no, you were talking, or Casey was talking about how, like, how WWE does things that, like I don't know about. It's like, yeah, it
Right.
only takes them 30 years.
Right, and you haven't
Because
been thrown off in how long, and who threw you off? Not the Hogan heel. Who threw you off?
last time was Hogan, but the most recent one is Cena. So yeah,
Right.
30
Oh,
something years.
yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Just trying to keep you guys on track.
Yeah. So, um, with The Rock not being mentioned in this whole thing with Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer, and nobody really knowing what this thing is, that's more to it. Uh, I mean, it kind of sets things up funny because now it seems like they're not going forward with the original plans with The Rock. They've changed them for some reason. So what are they gonna be now?
I
You know,
think Rock's still involved. Rock's part of the board. He's not just going to disappear. I think
That's what I said.
he's he's probably filming a movie or doing some pressers,
That's
so he
what he
can't
said.
be on TV.
right? But I mean, think about everything that Cena said too. You know, I had new music, I had new gear, I had new blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden they just nixed it. I mean, you got to think that the guys at WWE put a lot into that. They wouldn't do it just to cut it. I think like some serious plans have changed here. With Cena not even mentioning The Rock, with John Cena just flipping his old gimmick sideways and still keeping the same look and everything, and in the old music. I think something has changed because they let us know in the news before that, or not like before the turn, but after the turn, but before this past Monday, that there was new gear in the works, there was new music in the works, and there was like a new look in the works, but they just
But there still was new gear because the colors did get darker.
I think that was more specifically made for Berlin. I think you know how sometimes they do the city design shirts, like the Jay Uso one that have like the sports team on it. I think that was his Berlin shirt.
Okay.
It was Belgium.
Oh, Belgium, Belgium. Yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I was wrong. Brussels, Brussels.
Yeah.
Um, I bet you he's gonna show up next week on Raw. So like in 2 days, and they'll have a different color for wherever they are there, and like a different design.
All right, we'll see. I bet you there'll be dark colors anyway.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
maybe.
he told us we get nothing.
Or maybe he doesn't change it at all. And he stays in that like deep red color, deep red and gold color. I don't know.
He's out with a black shirt and black jorts.
He had a black short or black gear one time. I have the black hat. I had the black shirt. I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, when he was the doctor of thugonomics, he wore black shorts with like sports gear of the rival city. Like if they were in Boston, he wore Yankees gear. If he was in Chicago, he wore Green Bay
no,
gear, stuff like that.
no, I'm talking about the last time he did like a little reunion tour. They even came through Fort Myers, like the in Estero, and I went to go see them while John Cena was part of their tour. And he had like black gear, a black shirt, a black hat that says "Hustle, Loyalty, Respect," like some black, like the black sweatbands and stuff, and like a black shirt. It kind of looked like a video game on one side of it.
Yeah,
Um,
but you can't really go off of what you see on house shows because I've seen like photos that Jay Uso and Gunther were yeeting after their match at a house show. So You can't really go off of that. So that could have just been him wearing stuff for a one-off.
No, I bought them. I have them.
Oh, oh, I didn't know they had the gear to sell too. I thought it was
Yeah,
like a
no,
one-off.
yeah, it was for the whole run. It was like his last run, but it was like when he came back. He came back for a really short amount of time. He did like a string of shows. Uh,
Oh, I remember the video game Cena shirts because CM Punk made a big deal about it because CM Punk had like Mario Brothers style looking shirt, and Cena got one that looked kind of like the same style. So Cena was telling or Punk was going on Instagram or Twitter back in the day saying how Cena's stealing his style because he had the same Mario Brothers with the raccoon tail. I remember that shirt too.
Never
mm,
seen it.
man, I don't know, but it was the first time he ever had black gear, and I purchased everything they had except for the sweatbands. I didn't care about those. But I got the hat and the shirt, and maybe even the towel. Don't I have 3 towels? Oh yeah, see, it's up there. Um,
You can't see it.
yeah, but the thing is, if I move the camera, then
So
I'm gonna
don't
have
move
to.
it, babe.
But I have the black and white towel up here too, on my wall.
You better leave that kitty cat alone. Heel, you little shit. She's gonna tear you
No,
up.
no.
Oh, you got WWE live at the house.
I'm sorry.
I said you got WWE animals live in the house.
Yeah. Well,
Every day, all day. They chill
the,
sometimes, but
these 2 dogs and this cat, like, the dogs really won't hurt the cat, but they run up to her and
the
stuff.
cat will hurt them.
And so because they run up to her, she, you know, acts a fool. She's a really weird cat anyway.
Growls. Why do you think she's a weird cat? She's a cool cat. She's a magical kitty cat.
So she just like swats at him and hits him sometimes, and like I said, the dogs would never really hurt her. They just want to be friends and play. They're stupid dogs.
And the cat just smacks him around, I'm guessing.
Huh?
I said, I'm guessing the cat just smacks him around because
Yes,
the cat
definitely.
can.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we don't call her honor cat for nothing.
What?
It's cool though. They're entertaining at least. Anything else, dear?
Um. So yeah, so you think he wins at Mania then, huh?
I mean, I can't see him not winning. Why turn him heel if he's not winning?
What
And
do
I
you
don't
think?
like Cody, so I'm kind of hoping too.
I think Cody needs to move on anyway. So, like, not move on, but like now's the time. So, give it to Cena. Let Cena win it, and then maybe lose it in the next 2 days after that. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, then
I don't know how, but
who do you make Cena drop the title to? Does he just drop it right back to Cody?
no,
Randy,
Randy or your guy Drew McIntyre.
Randy Orton. Why Randy Orton?
him and Cena are going back and forth for most title reigns. I think Randy's like what, 2 behind Cena?
Yeah, too.
Let Cena get 17 and let Randy get 16. So that way, when they both hang it up, they can be number 1 and number 2.
Well, I mean, that would make Randy tied for second with Ric Flair.
Rick who? Well, I mean, there's someone else that's very deserving of the title as well.
Who's that?
I mean, I can't think of who to say at all, but you know.
Oh man.
I mean,
hope.
I think they're pushing for it. Like, if it's not during this WrestleMania, it's gonna be soon anyway. It's got to. It's got to.
I don't think Cena or Punk's winning it. I think Punk's like is just that guy now that is going to put people over, and apparently he's already got a gig set up that he's going to be doing like creative stuff when he finally hangs it up. So
Oh
I
yeah.
think I think Punk's just going for as many main events as he could, and before he hangs it up, I don't think he's winning a title.
All right, so hear me out. Earlier in the night when we were talking about CM Punk and Rollins and stuff, you said a triple threat match to see who becomes the number one contender for the championship. Right? It would have to be the match. It would have to be Cena and Cody's title that they would go after, and not right, because that doesn't sound right though, right? Because all of those guys are on Raw. No, Roman's not on Raw.
No, Roman, I think, got moved to Raw when they went to Netflix.
Did he?
Because I remember when they started with Netflix, they said they wanted Roman on there because they wanted the star power.
Yeah, but
And when's the last time you saw Roman on SmackDown? I can count a couple times he's been on Raw. He hasn't been on SmackDown.
yeah, but Paul
So I think
Heyman came out during SmackDown. Yeah, it was kind of like advocating, right?
Yeah, but
Anyway,
that's Paul Heyman. But
anyway, yeah, but he's still at the moment. He's Roman's wise man. But let's just it doesn't really matter because you were saying it's for the number one contendership. If you make CM Punk get a win here, that means down the line at one of the next big shows, you get another CM Punk John Cena match.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cena ends up losing to Punk and Drew McIntyre wins Money in the Bank somewhere around that, and Drew cashes in on Punk. The ultimate FU. Drew's been losing. What's better way of giving Drew his win than winning Money in the Bank and then winning on Punk right after Punk wins his championship? Kind of like karma biting him back.
Yes, but
You
now
screwed
you're
me. I mean, I'm thinking in the long term, that's the only thing I can see happening
right.
in that one is
I
like
mean, it
those
would be
steps.
it would come full circle, that's for sure. Um, hmm. Well, I mean, that doesn't sound terrible, but I think that passes the title around a lot. You got Cena winning it at WrestleMania. You got Punk winning it when he faces Cena after the number one contendership, and then you got Drew cashing in the Money in the Bank on Punk for it. I mean, you're hot shotting that title around a lot between a lot of different people too.
But it's not like they're hot shotting them to your average run of the mill guy. They're doing it to guys that have developed star power at least.
Right, and maybe
Kind of
that's
like how
gonna
they
be the thing.
did. Like where in the matter of like a matter of 2 months, it'll be Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold, Mankind, Triple H, The Rock. The title would change like once every 2 weeks, and no one said anything then because all the guys that were winning it were established stars.
I just think that that's when wrestling was really crash TV, and it's trying to seem like they're trying to get it back to a better status of, you know, like not be so lean towards that to get back to where wrestling actually means something. And because back then with the titles being hot shotted around the way they were, it kind of made all those titles like lose all their shine, you know what I mean?
Less valuable.
See, I think it was the mid card titles that lost their shine because they were in from the Attitude Era on. They made titles like the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, just seem like placeholder titles. Like, oh, here's some gold just to keep you quiet. Before like when I grew up, I know just like when you grew up, if you won the IC title, that was pretty much meaning you were number one contender. In the late '90s, like I feel like it was the heavyweight championships being the number one title on the show, and those were being hot shotted around. No one cared about the mid card titles. I think it was the mid card titles that lost all their value. Like I always looked at it, even if I saw 3 title changes in a week, I still looked at it going, that title means something because everyone's fighting for it. if you have year-long title reigns, you get bored of the same
I
guy.
don't
That's
know.
what I'm
I
saying about
never
Cody.
got bored with Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. That shit was never boring. Excuse me.
Roman's a
But it was the
different
same thing
monster, though.
over and over.
Roman's a different monster, but look at Cody. After 3 months, I'm looking at it going, Cody is just a boring champion, but he keeps winning.
Right. No, Corey. Yeah, I definitely feel the same way about Cody. I know that they're pushing him, and he has some kind of weird contract with them, and he was supposed to. He got injured and he was out for a while. He was kind of supposed to be hot shotted to the top, and then by the time they got back, other stories were hot that they were pushing for. But then the crowd asked for Cody back, and they gave it to him. Like it's been a real weird trip for Cody. But he's definitely it's just the same thing every time. How can Cody
It,
overcome his opponent this time because of this or because of that? And guess what? He does. Like, I mean, we know it's going to happen, but he seems
I
like,
really feel like I feel like the only way you could have salvaged Cody's title reign is if he would have turned heel. Because one of the podcasts I listened to said it best. The best champions are heels, and the best baby faces are the ones that are fighting for the title. And to me, like the best Cody we got is when his back was against the wall and he's trying to win that title. Heels make better champions, and baby faces make better pursuers.
Which is
If Cody's
why
staying babyface, to drop the strap.
Cena's gonna get it.
Oh, I believe
Boom,
that. If
boom,
he
boom.
doesn't,
Point
it's a
blank,
waste.
mic drop. Oh, these are my earbuds.
what?
No, listen, no, keep going. Pay attention, pay attention.
She just gave you a bud drop.
I'm sorry.
I said she just gave you a bud drop. I'd say a mic drop, but it was a bud drop.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ugh. So, I don't know. I mean, when everything comes to everything, it seems like this Cena thing is it's got a lot of stuff going on, and with everything being mysterious about The Rock, I mean, it's hard to say exactly where stuff will go. I'm sure Cena will win though because of, like you said, him being booked the full week after Mania, which sounds like something a champion would do. And of course, it you'll notice nobody said that um Cody is booked for those shows, and of course, if they're already booking for those shows, they would
We
announce
hear about
whether or
Cody.
not Cody would be there. But they do know that Cena's going to be there.
Can you imagine those Cena promos after he wins the title? Saying, I didn't need you guys. I can only imagine the gold that's going to come out of his mouth if he wins the title.
Right. Yeah.
That first Raw he comes out is going to be atomic.
Right. I think it'll be. I mean, whoo.
Are you planning on watching SmackDown tonight?
No. We
Okay.
can watch that in the morning. Okay. What if they what if this is I mean, I feel like it would be a bad way to do things, but what if this is all like a swerve? Like they announced John Cena for these shows, I mean, 6 weeks out, right? And then before the show card or the show is, card subject to change, and they swap out Cena.
I mean, Cena's got this whole like movie career thing going. So why would he sign this, to do this and have stuff change unless he signs another movie deal and then he can't do it. But if he's
Well,
already confirmed it,
he's already said that he's doing all of 2025 with WWE. Like he's taken like the whole year off from acting just to do this farewell tour.
well, I know that he was doing some kind of movie scenes. That's why he wasn't at Raw at MSG. but he was in Brussels because somewhere in like in Europe is where they were filming the movie that he was doing. I think it's like a Matchbox movie,
Matchbox, like
is what I heard.
Matchbox cars?
That's what I've been hearing. It's a Matchbox movie.
Huh. Okay. I'll
But
have to
that,
look into that. I haven't heard that.
but they said that the filming at least was being done in Europe. That's why he wasn't at MSG on that Monday Night Raw, but he was at uh, Brussels.
Okay. I mean, could be. I thought they would just, trying to be dramatic about it, put us on ice and make us wait for it.
Like I said, this is also like rumors that get thrown around as well about why he wasn't there. But apparently, that it was like there were photos that he was in Europe. But you would think that why wouldn't he be at MSG? MSG would have completely booed him out of the arena unless they thought he was still going to get cheered. But they knew Europe was going to be louder.
Yeah, just make sure he's there for the European tour because that's really the road to WrestleMania.
And those fans are loud. French, Belgium, it doesn't matter. Europe,
No,
Europe,
yeah, you're right. They have been
Europe
very good crowds.
American fans to shame.
Yeah, man. Apparently tonight they sang Randy Orton's song in Italy. I caught a little bit of it.
I saw it on my reels.
On my reel, and you could not hear the music at all. You could only hear the crowd. It
Was
was,
it louder than France?
dude. I'm telling you, you could still hear the songs like when they sang for Cody and they sang for Seth or whoever. I can't remember who else they sang for.
Last year in France, when Randy Orton was coming out, he was teaming with KO, I believe, and he came out, and it was at one point that he literally stopped because the whole entire French crowd was singing his song, and it was loud as well.
Okay, do you remember when Bad Bunny came out in Puerto Rico?
Oh, and that whole crowd sang his song, point where it drowned it out.
Yes. Yeah, it's like that, dude. Except for it seems like it's a lot more.
So they made the French fans put to shame because the French fans were pretty loud.
Man.
But if it was that loud, I got to hear this after we get done.
Man, I wish I could probably find the reel, but I don't want to catch any other spoilers. But did I post it or you posted it?
I did.
Oh, well, hold on. I might be able to show you then. I mean,
Damn good.
you couldn't really hear it. You couldn't hear his music barely.
Well, you know what? That Randy's getting what he deserves because he deserves. What was it back during the Cena Orton days where people were booing Orton because they were quote unquote sick of Cena? I'm glad he's getting the respect finally.
Yeah, hey, we got 10 minutes left on this video.
Well,
Okay.
you're glad that Randy Orton's finally getting respect.
I love
Hasn't
Randy
he
Orton.
always though? Randy Orton
Getting
is
his respect.
amazing. He's
Well,
awesome.
during the Cena Orton days, like there were fans that were sick of Orton because they felt like they were cramming him down our throats, which they kind of were back then because all they really had that was the Vince McMahon definition of a champ was Cena and Orton.
Right.
Because Daniel Bryan wasn't considered anything worth to Vince most of the time. But like now, it's like Randy can come out and he gets cheered out the door, which he deserves because he's been a stud.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he got injured, and it's like the first time he really ever had an injury in his whole career. It's only been like recently, right?
Yeah, in the beginning he was injury prone because he would always mess up his shoulder, but he's been good the past few years until the bloodline injury and then this one recently.
Right. And then, but like when he came back, he was like way big. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yoked.
yeah, and I don't know. I think he's definitely. I You wouldn't think somebody. I mean, you got to remember he's like what, one of the youngest champions ever for one of the belts, the youngest
I
world
think the
title
world
holder ever.
When he looked like that.
the big gold.
No, this is a like a big gold cup from.
When Randy Orton looked like this. You can see it.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
It's
I
catching.
kind of see
It's
the
catching the
glares there.
glare. Yeah. Um, but man, I wonder if these things even say a year on them.
Check the bottom.
2010.
Wow.
I got like a bunch of weird stuff, man, and it's not the only one I got from that like series. There's Edge.
Oh, you mean Cope?
Yeah, Cope. Oh God, who is that? Oh, Eve. From
Oh,
the
that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
yeah. Uh, Kofi Kingston.
Was that when he was still Jamaican?
I think so. And here's a different one from a different. Oh, look, I got two of these ones.
There's
John
right
Cena.
I can't see anyone.
And the Undertaker. Oh, don't do that joke after he made us cry about it.
Oh, I mean, we haven't just met today. I'm the guy that you say don't say that because it hurts his feelings. I'm going to. If I see Cena, I'm doing this the whole time.
Yeah. No, but I mean, and that's what kind of made his promo so real. Because, I mean, he's like, you people have been terrible to me.
Making me invisible.
You guys
blah,
have
blah,
made
blah.
me the butt of a stupid invisible joke for 15 years. I mean, he's right. Have you seen all the memes and all the stupid crap that's been posted about that? Hey, did you see this car that's driving all by itself? Because it was like Cena driving his car.
Or when like which Bella was he with for a
Nikki.
while? There was a photo of like Nikki and him like at a restaurant, and it said, "Isn't it sad when a woman has to eat dinner alone?" And Cena's literally sitting right across from her.
I
Like
mean,
literally, like if we had more time, I was gonna say, "Hey, I got a special guest," and I was gonna get up and walk away and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, John Cena," and just have my empty.
yeah.
Or do one of these where I say, "Hey guys, look, it's John Cena." I can't even do it. Never mind. My phone's cracked.
Oh,
I need a championship one.
All right, well, he said he's
I'll
got.
do that after.
You, what happened?
I said I'm gonna get myself a championship phone after I regain my title.
Oh, after you retain your title?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll see about that, man. I think I got a good grip. I mean, once we get there, I'll have a better grip because, I mean, the card isn't even flushed out yet, and the storylines progress, and I'll be able to pick up more clues and stuff. I think I listen to
And I'll buy
different stuff than you
next.
do.
Oh no, yeah, you do.
You guys have to because you have different information
Right.
and different points of view. So
I listen to a lot of Jim Cornette too, so I mean, I can't really repeat the stuff that he says.
What, the podcast you listen to?
I listen to both of his, but if some of the stuff that Jim Cornette says, like you were talking about, like the cursing
you
part.
definitely can't. You definitely can't repeat Jim Cornette.
His podcast is one of those where I literally have to pause it at times and go, "Did he really just say what I thought he said?"
Yeah.
I'd love to meet Jim one day, but I heard that he is the biggest ass. Like that's why he doesn't do signings because he hates people.
I mean, you can believe that. I mean, I would believe that if somebody said that to me about Jim Cornette. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds right.
Well, he said on our co-host was like, didn't you chase a guy off from your property with a shotgun? Because I guess a fan walked up on his property in Kentucky and he ran out in his underwear and a shotgun in his hand, told him to get off his lawn.
Well, one,
First
they're
of
in
all-
Kentucky.
And secondly, that story can't be true. There's no Jim Cornette fans.
Oh.
And say, you know who else is a big Jim Cornette fan?
Oh, well, I mean, go figure.
Yeah. Wow.
And the funny thing is, you know where I got a lot of my ideas for who was going to win Elimination Chamber too, besides my one podcast? Jim
Cornette.
effing Cornette. So, I mean, I should honestly call Jim Cornette and say, hey, you help me win this title. And then I'll have him cut a promo on you.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Oh, so your picks weren't even your picks.
Oh, shit.
Influenced. Oh, like yours weren't. You probably listened to Meltzer and was
Oh,
like,
yeah, because
"Ooh,
so
Jim-
many other people picked Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
Well, I mean, you are the Marky Mark.
We're
No,
all
you're just a
marks.
mark.
We wouldn't be here talking about wrestling if we weren't marks.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm more of a Marcus.
Marcus. All right, guys, any closing thoughts?
You couldn't hear it, but I just used the slap sound effect.
Wait, slapping me?
I don't know. Yeah,
No,
sure, why
just
not?
ask.
I don't know. I just found one that was funny, I guess.
If you're gonna slap me again, make sure you buy me dinner first.
That's my
I just pushed the disdain button.
It was the booze from the Yay Boo reviews.
Not you, though.
I'm fine with getting booed. All the best champions get booed.
All right, guys. Well, listen, it's been fun. We're down to our final 3 minutes. We hope you enjoyed this. Things didn't get too out of hand. We didn't get too crazy.
Not at all.
It was a lot of fun, though.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I
So,
wouldn't say a lot, but...
well, I thought it was a lot of fun.
I had a blast.
All right. All right.
It
So
was I.
we'll probably end up doing shows like this every once in a while, once every couple weeks, once every month. It's hard to line up with art all the time, and this
All
is
of our schedules, actually.
yeah, everybody's schedule, because this is the first time we've all been able to actually sit together and do a show in the first place. It's hard to get. I've been doing a lot of them because it's hard to line up people. But we're gonna get on top of this and make sure we can get more videos out like this, stuff that's more entertaining, more fun. Like I said, this series will eventually be switched to a different platform.
And we will let you know when that happens.
Yeah, we will. But for right now, we're doing it on here. Don't forget that we got WrestleMania coming up. Of course, we'll have another prediction war. Well, I will get my title back. Well, where I will get my title. And our sponsor, Capco Championship Belts. Thank you guys for everything. That's it, man.
Later,
Mr. Havoc,
babes.
champion. I hope you have a good night, man.
See you later.
You guys have a good.
Chin up, tits out, and deuces, oozes.
And drink water.
Drink water. Have a good night, guys. Boom.